If you are reading this, then congratulations. You'll soon be one of the few that know the truth. And by then, I'll likely be gone. Not dead, just gone. Vanished, erased, subbed out. Mark my words, it will happen. But before that day comes, I'm determined to share the information I have. Information that many would prefer to remain out of reach, but information the public deserves to know. I'll start with how I managed to get myself into this mess. Right in the center of the spider's web. Apologies in advance for hazy details, but I'm going to have to be as vague to keep them off my trail for much longer. Anyway, to put it simply, I had hit rock bottom when they found me, homeless, on the streets of Her Majesty's London, without a single helping hand in sight at the time. Their offer seemed too good to be true. £100,000 sterling. I was told, with private healthcare, house, and a car thrown in too. In hindsight, I should have realized it was. If you're not from the UK but have ever visited London, you'll understand what I'm about to say perfectly. Does it not seem a bit magical? The gold of the crown sprinkled on every street corner, postbox and lamppost, the palaces and towers, and everyone visits eventually, with their guards, gates, and presence of royalty only meters away. The Houses of Parliament and the London Underground, mundane and boring to those familiar with them, yet quirky and alluring to those from the outside. One of my co-workers once described London as Disney of capital cities, and I'll be damned if this isn't exactly what they want. Simply put it is all a front for something much greater. When you visit London, they want to make sure they want you to make fools of yourselves trying to make the Queen's Guard smile. They want you to buy into the excitement of royal weddings and to shake your head to the Parliament and read debates. They want you to read conspiracy theories about what happened to Princess Diana. They want you to believe it. What is the truth? We have already heard you. The point is that you sit there and ponder power and for one moment with people and because if you do, you may just find another London entirely. Whatever I had expected when I first signed the contract, it was nothing compared to the truth. My job was nothing special. I was a glorified cleaner, responsible for cleaning up after the All-Stars, picking up the trash, keeping my head down and my mouth shut. If I recall it correctly, the official term used was disposable employee. But I digress. When you work in London, things are never that easy. London is an enigma, something that hides in plain sight, and yet remains concealed to a near perfect degree. It is also worth mentioning that Un-London is only a nickname used by those with no official business or importance there, and only spoken publicly to those with nothing to lose. Unfortunately, I am a member of both groups. Official names include SC Templar, SC1, and SC Crowny, with the SC standing for Sub-City and the rest standing for God knows what. I have reason to believe similar facilities exist in many cities worldwide with rumored locations, including the Paris catacombs, the Vatican City of Moscow, to name a few. But I have no solid evidence to support these claims. Then again, procuring evidence against a secret of this magnitude is near impossible task. So, you'll have to just trust my word. Over roughly 9 months of my employment in London, I stumbled across my fair share of sensitive information, not entirely by accident, but not outright deliberately either. Of course, it wasn't that easy. What other cleaning jobs do you know that force you to go through 2 months of psychological examination, interrogation, and conditioning before they let you near the place? And that isn't including the security measures underground. Practically every door is magnetically sealed, openable only with the correct key card and fingerprints that change daily. When on the job, there is never a moment when you are in the immediate vicinity of an armed guard, security camera, and narrow-eyed supervisor. When you aren't working, you're confined to your accommodation with every blind spot covered, every mirror two-way, and absolutely no phone service to speak of. Some call the Okay, the most watched country on earth. They'd be right, because the secret's among London, or that rather. Moving on to the facility itself, London isn't a secret, fortified location, but elaborate, disguised chambers. Discussed chambers, passages, and corridors stretching beneath the city line, particularly hidden areas. You won't find them on any map, and they aren't accessible through any known areas available to the public, only through a handful of specific entry points within the river itself, and several mining standard elevator shafts in the choice locations around the city. Don't bother asking where any of these entrances are, because I was unconscious and blindfolded during the journey for obvious security reasons. Believe it or not, the customs facility is one of the few scrapes of information they willingly give up to new employees, likely to create a false sense of lawfulness and security in a profession that is neither secure nor lawful. London was first founded immediately following World War II in an effort to capitalize on the existing infrastructure of subterranean London. While everyone else was hopeful and looking to the light, they took it upon themselves to sink to new lows. Since then, the tunnels have expanded exponentially, and as have the range of their functions, with the depravity, deprav, depravity and secrecy only growing with each passing decade. Let's just say my stint as a disposable, I saw remnants of some mind-boggling, revolting, and disturbing things. I won't go into all details to spare your stomach, but I'll give you enough for your mind to fill in the rest. A few other disposables, and I were once sent to clean up after a round of afternoon tea. Tea, cakes, and substances too rare and secret to populate the government's banned substances register, not to mention the meat of animals on the endangered species list. Another cleaning session consisted of emptying an office following its occupant's suicide, marked for incineration, the order had said. I suppose by now you're wondering how I know all I do, and for that I don't blame you. The life of a disposable is mostly just following orders from a faceless superior, chugging from one day to the next in silence and staying in the dark. For me, it was much the same, and they chose to promote me. To understand my second job, you first need to understand the single biggest source of paranoia for the bigwigs behind London, the internet. A single cyber attack or incursion would expose the truth behind their actions, so within London, no communication over the internet, via phones or any equipment, modern otherwise, is permitted. Good old-fashioned letters make up the vast majority of the communication within the city, which are favored exactly for their primitive and unhappy nature, coupled with the news you transmit any physical material escaping the city. And as you can see, this brings to the second London, a courier. Hundreds of couriers are employed within tunnels, scurrying back and forth, providing a never-ending stream of orders, data, and documents, the vast majority of which are marked classified. Read once, then promptly sent to one of the several huge furnaces, somewhere in the complex. But in secret, as time trickled by hundreds upon hundreds of letters came in under my supervision, I gradually built a knowledge of the city, and it terrified me. I learned that the level I had been employed on was only the highest of 5, each more mysterious and secure than the last. I learned that many of the unseen figures we had heard, whispers of well-known celebrities, politicians, and intellectuals, and worst of all, I learned that the Fleming Protocol, what began as 3 words, mentioned the inconspicuously on it nearly soon spiraled into a predicament that has me trapped to this day. Remember the term disposable employee? I first assumed it was intended to demean and frighten us, but in hindsight, I suppose it was naive to ever assume anything in my situation. Like I said, security is their greatest concern, and it turns out someone like me, a nobody, salvaged from the bottom and trapped between the lines is too great of a threat for them to tolerate. Whether it's simply the cold nature of un-London, or the fear that my kind has nothing left to lose, the fact that is that I don't have long left. When I first began my conditioning, I was given a medical examination that included several different injections disguised as vaccinations, more natively on my part, I suppose. More naive, whatever they gave me, I could feel it growing stronger by the day, seething, throbbing, and sapping with what little strength I have left. I know that there'll be no happy endings for me, no meal tickets to Easy Street, no way out. They want their secrets to stay buried, trapped in legend and myth, never to see the light of day. I won't give them that luxury, so whatever the cost, I'm making my knowledge known by using my short and briefing period to do the right thing, to serve the public after so long serving them back in their high towers. Like I said, by the time you read this, I most likely won't, so I'll leave you with one last piece of advice. Next time you hear a sensational conspiracy or scandal too sharp to be true, or something you may how much you really know about the back streets and dark cellars of the world around you. And most of all, think of what you can do to bring those places into light. After all rumors start somewhere.